Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Sumaya AI Wali, student at Rehan AI Teacher Institute Batch 21. If you've been following my journey, you know that I am passionate about the intersection of technology, human potential, and the future of education. At Rehan AI, we aren't just learning how to use tools like ChatGPT or Gemini. We are learning how to revolutionize the way humans acquire knowledge. We are being trained to move away from the factory model of schooling and toward a model of lifelong, self-driven growth. This is exactly why today's topic is so close to my heart. Today I am reviewing a transformative TED Talk by Mariappan Jawaharlal titled Stop Teaching and Start Learning. This talk has garnered over 100,000 views, and for good reason. It challenges every conventional born in the education system's body, whether you are a teacher, a parent, and a student. The insights in this 25-minute presentation will make you question everything you thought you knew about the classroom. I'm going to break this in this review. I'm going to break the speaker's background, his radical arguments against teaching, and most importantly, how we can apply these lessons in our modern AI-driven world. So let's dive in. Let's start with the man himself. Mariappan Jawaharlal, often called Dr. Java, isn't just a theorist. He is a professor of mechanical engineering as well. This is important because he comes from a field of engineering that is usually dominated by rigid formulas and strict teaching, yet he is the one calling for the end of traditional instruction. He begins his talk with a deeply personal story that many of us in South Asia will find very familiar. He grew up in Sri Lanka and India, where the social pressure to succeed is immense. He describes a world where children have exactly three choices: become a doctor, become an engineer, or be labeled a failure. He tells us that he fainted at the sight of blood, so medicine was out. That left him with engineering. But as he looks back at his own journey, he realizes something profound. He wasn't really learning in school. He was putting in his time. He uses a striking analogy. He compares being a student to being a petty criminal, paying his dues in prison. You do the work, you take the rest, and you get out. But did you actually grow? Did you actually internalize the magic of the subject? One of the most powerful moments in the talk is when he shows a painting from the 14th century. In that painting, that's a classroom from 600 years ago, in which a teacher at a podium and students in rows. Some are listening, some are whispering, and some, just like today, are fast asleep. Dr. Mariappan Jawaharlal point is chilling. We have changed our tools, our clothes, and our technology, but the delivery of education hasn't moved an inch in 6 centuries. We are still lecturing at people, and people are still stunning us out. So, what is the teaching trap? Dr. Java argues that teaching is a teacher centric activity. When we focus on teaching, we focus on the PowerPoint slides, the curriculum, and the clock. We focus on finishing the chapter rather than starting the fire in the student's mind. He contrasts this with learning, which has inherently satisfying, student-led activity. He gives the example of of a child learning to walk. No parent sits a toddler down for a 45-minute lecture on the physical of bipedal movement. The child learns by falling, They fall 1,000 times, and we adults don't punish them for falling. We cheer. He also points out the irony of language. Children master complex languages by age 5 just by observing and interacting. Then we send them to school for 12 years to teach them that same language. And suddenly they start failing their sets. Why? Because the moment we start teaching, we take away the student's agency. We turn a natural joyful success into a chore. As a student, this resonates with me deeply. We are taught that our job at Rehan School, we are taught that our job as future educators isn't to be a sage on the stage. We are supposed to be the facilitators of curiosity. If we stop the lecture and start the engagement, the students will do the heavy lifting themselves because humans are biologically wired to learn. How do we fix this? Dr. Java offers three practical solutions that I want to highlight for all my fellow educators watching this review. First, tell stories. He tells a beautiful story about his daughter in a book called Swimming Across by Andy Grove, the founder of Intel. By telling her the story of how Andy Grove escaped Hungary by swimming across a river, he didn't just teach her a story or business, he gave her a memory. 15 years later, she called him from Budapest, Budapest, because he recommended a story. Stories are the hooks that facts hang on. Even in engineering, every question has a story of a struggle, jealousy, or discovery behind it. Second, the fifth grader test. This is my favorite part. He references the great physicist Richard Feynman. If you can't explain a concept to a fifth grader, you don't understand it. As teachers, we often hide behind big words and complex slides because we are afraid to show that we don't truly understand the essence of what we are saying. Dr. Mariappan Jawaharlal challenges us to simplify. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Third, fuel inspiration, not information. In the age of AI, information is a commodity. You can ask Gemini or ChatGPT any fact, and it will give it to you in seconds. What AI cannot do, and what we as humans must do, is provide the spark. We need to show students why they should care. Once a student is inspired, we don't need to teach them anymore. They will find the information themselves. In my personal opinion, Mariappan Jawaharlal's message is a missing link in our current education system. In Pakistan and across the globe, we are obsessed with grades and degrees. But as he points out, students are graduating with $30,000 in debt and zero joy for their profession. At Rehan AI Teachers Training Institute, we are being prepared for a world where the teacher is a mentor. My opinion is that we must stop teaching not as an abandon of duty, but as an upgrade of our role. By using AI to handle the information part of education, we're finally free to focus on the inspiration part. We can spend our time building relationships, telling stories, and helping students find their true purpose in life. This TED Talk is must watch for everyone who wants to see a better future for the children. It's a call to bring back the magic of learning. Thank you, Dr. Mariappan Jawaharlal, for reminding us that our students aren't vessels to be filled, but fires to be. lived. Thank you so much for watching. This is Sumaya AI Wali from Rehan AI Teacher Training Institute. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining. Allah Hafiz.